Senate will come to order. Mr. Carpenter, please call the roll.
Senators Aguilar, Baumgardner, Cook, Coram, Court,
Excused. There she is. Hold on.
Court, Crowder, Donovan, Finberg, Fields, Garcia, Gardner, Guzman, Hill, Holbert,
Excused.
John, Jones,
Absent.
Kagan, Kafalis, Kerr, Lambert, Lundberg, Marble,
Absent.
Martinez Jimenez, Merrifield, Moreno, Neville, Priola, Scott, Smallwood, Sonnenberg, Tate, Todd, Williams, Zinzinger, Holbert,
Mark Senator Marble is excused.
Jones,
Okay.
Mr. President.
Here. The 33 present, 0 absent, 2 excused. We have a quorum. Senator Gardner, would you please come and lead us in the pledge?
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, friends in the gallery and in the lobby, please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of the journal. Senator Smallwood.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the reading of the journal for Tuesday, January 30th, be dispensed with and the journal be approved as corrected by the Secretary.
You've heard the motion. Is there any objection? Seeing none, the motion is adopted. Committee reports.
January 30th, 2018, Committee on Finance. After consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 100 be referred to Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. Recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. January 30th, 2018, Committee on Finance. After consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 61 be referred favorably to Committee on Appropriations. January 30th, 2018, Committee on Finance. After consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 46 be referred to Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. Recommendation be placed on the consent calendar. January 30th, 2018, Committee on Finance. After consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 66 be amended as follows. As amended, be referred to Committee on Appropriations with favorable recommendation. January 30th, 2018, Committee on Transportation. After consideration of the Mayor's Committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 28 be amended as follows. As so amended, be referred to Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. Recommendation be placed on the consent calendar.
Senate Services.
Correctly re-engrossed, Senate Bill 54, 55, 60, and 88. Correctly revised, House Joint Resolution 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, and 1010. Correctly enrolled, Senate Joint Memorial 1.
Introduction of bills.
Senate Bill 157 by Senator Williams and Representative Danielson concerning the State Women Veterans Office.
State Veterans Military Affairs. Second reading of bills. Senator Scott.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that we move to general orders, second reading of bills. Senator Smallwood will take the chair. And to
Hey.
eventually. Oh, you want to do that first? Okay. Whoops. Mr.
Senator Scott.
Mr. President, my apologies. I move that we proceed out of order for a tribute by Senator Sonnenberg.
The motion is for permission to proceed out of order for a moment of personal privilege. All those in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it, and that motion is adopted. Senator Sonnenberg.
Thank you, Mr. President. I ask for a moment of personal privilege.
Granted.
Members, we have a hero here in front of us today. Joined with us today is the, no, it's not Senator Coram. We have a national award winner from agriculture here. Each and every year, the American Farm Bureau has a National Young Farmer and Rancher discussion meet in which winners from each state get together and have this contest, a discussion meet. It's not a debate. It's in a setting of like a committee, similar to what we do with, or a boardroom, in which they're judged on how courteous they are. They're judged on how good they are at making their points. And no, I have never won this contest. This is the first year since American Farm Bureau has held this contest that the winner has come out of Colorado. Some of the things they talk about, one of the questions was, farmers are a shrinking percentage of the population. How can Farm Bureau help the first generation of farmers and ranchers get started in agriculture? We've debated that here. We've had that discussion. So I'm honored today to bring a tribute from the Colorado Senate. Actually, it's a joint tribute from the House and Senate that reads, "We hereby extend warmest gratitude and commendation to Martha Smith. The Colorado General Assembly is happy to congratulate Ms. Martha Smith for her success in representing Colorado Farm Bureau at the National Young Farmer and Rancher Discussion Meet competition. The competition simulates a boardroom discussion on issues pertinent to American agriculture. Martha competed against agriculture advocates from nearly every state in the nation and is the winner of a new Ford pickup. The Colorado State Senate, with the Colorado State House of Representatives concurring therein, congratulate Ms. Martha Smith on her victory in support of Colorado agriculture and the Colorado Farm Bureau." Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Ms. Martha Smith to our chamber. Martha. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator. General order, second reading of bills. Senator Smallwood.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for consideration of general orders, second reading of bills calendar.
Motion before the body is for the Senate to resolve itself in the Committee of the Whole for consideration of the general order, second reading of bills calendar. All those in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the Senate will resolve itself in the Committee of the Whole for consideration of the general order, second reading of bills calendar, and Senator Smallwood will take the chair.
I have a copy. You can do all the moving and stuff, and I'll let me know when you want me to talk. Okay.
The committee will come to order and the court rule is relaxed. Will the clerk please read the title to Senate Bill 69?
Senate Bill 69 by Senators Holbert and Zinzinger and Representatives Garnett and Becker J. concerning enforcement of statewide degree transfer agreements.
Majority Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move Senate Bill 69 and the report from the Education Committee.
To the Education Committee report, Majority Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Education Committee did adopt an amendment that clarified that the bill would not negatively affect students transferring into a four-year institution who may need to take courses that were not available in the two-year environment. The purpose of the bill is that if there are courses that the student was not made aware of that are part of the approved transfer degree program, that those courses would be offered for free. But the committee report amendment did try to take into consideration some lower division courses that may be required. Ask for an aye vote.
Is there any discussion on the committee report? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of the Education Committee report. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the report is adopted. Oh. There is an amendment on the desk. Will the clerk please read Amendment L002?
Amendment L002 to Senate Bill 69 by Senators Holbert and Zinzinger, strike the Education Committee report dated January 25, 2018, and substitute amend printed.
Majority Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move L002.
Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chair, thank you. Yes, this amendment does amend the committee report, and in trying to make sure that we didn't interfere with the 120-hour degree programs, it was brought to our attention that there are some degree programs that require more than 120 hours. So trying to avoid an unintended consequence, L002 would allow the four-year institutions to require courses that are over and above 120 if that is part of the degree program that the student has opted for. Ask for an aye vote.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of Amendment L002. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the amendment is adopted. To the bill, Senator Zenzinger.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members, we're really pleased to be able to present this bill to you. It came out of the Education Committee unanimously. We had tremendous testimony on the part of both students, administrators, as well as our community college system president that really talked about how we're very privileged in this state to have lots of opportunities for higher ed, and the community college system is an affordable, good choice for students. We put in place a number of years ago a transfer articulation agreement between the community colleges and the four-year institutions so that students could go to community college, graduate with their associate's degree, and then transfer into a four-year institution with junior standing. And we just want to ensure that that practice continues. What this bill does is it further strengthens that enforcement, that articulation agreement, those transfer agreements with those four-year institutions, and we ask for an aye vote.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of Senate Bill 69. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the bill passes. Will the clerk please read the title of Senate Bill 71?
Senate Bill 71 by Senators John and Crowder and Representative
Majority
Esgar,
Leader
concerning
Holbert.
an extension to the repeal of the State Substance Abuse Trend and Response Task Force.
Majority Leader Holbert. Oh, sorry, I can't see who you are. Senator Crowder.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have a situation on this particular bill. I'm going to have to ask for a motion to move this to appropriations. We had a very innocent mistake on this. What we did is we amended this bill to take effect in 2019, and at that time we did not think we needed appropriations. But even if it goes into effect in 2019, there is an appropriation on it of $2,200. So, Mr. Chair, what I would like to do is move this bill to appropriations, and I think that would bring it back into order that it needs to be in.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the motion.
We're good. Go.
How dare this question?
Great. Members, a motion has been made to move Senate Bill 71 to the Committee of Appropriations. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the motion passes.
Thank you.
Senator Scott.
Mr. Chair, I move that we rise and report.
Motion for the body is to rise and report. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the committee will rise and report.
Senate will come back to order. Senator Smallwood.
Mr. President, thank you. The committee has met and had one bill under consideration. Will the clerk please read the report?
Mr. President, your committee of the whole Begs Lead report has had in consideration the following attached bills being the second reading thereof, makes the following recommendations their own. Senate Bill 69 is amended, passed on second read, order, and gross and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. Senate Bill 71 referred to the Committee on Appropriations.
Senator Smallwood.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the adoption of the report.
Motion for the body is the adoption of the report to the Committee of the Whole. Are there any no votes? With 33 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 2 excused, the Committee of the Whole report is adopted. Senate Bill 69 is amended, passed on second reading, ordered engrossed and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. Senate Bill 71 referred to the Committee on Appropriations. Announcements. Senator Donovan.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to announce that yesterday the physical therapists were available on the third floor. Yesterday. No, thank you, Mr. President. No, just a reminder, everyone in the chamber, that tomorrow is Rare Red Day. So if you can go into your closet and dig out some red, we would love to have your visual support of the conversation we will have tomorrow on the importance of women's health. Thank you.
Senator Smallwood.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a reminder that there will not be a meeting of the Senate Health and Human Services Committee today.
Senator Williams.
Thank you, Mr. President. I ask for a moment of personal privilege.
Granted.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, today we have the Women's Chamber of Commerce here today, an incredible group of women who are business owners, and the Colorado Women's Chamber advocates for the advancement of women businesses. And so if you would welcome all of the ladies that are here to visit with us today, thank you for being here.
Senator Tate.
Thank you, Mr. President. In the spirit of reiterating that welcome, I want to remind the Senate Business Committee members that our hearing today is at 1 p.m. across the street at LSB. So it's a 1 p.m. hearing today. See you then. Thank you.
Senator Fields and Senator Gardner.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, colleagues. We have an announcement for you. You heard my good colleague from El Paso mention that it's going to be the Colorado Victims' Rights Caucus meeting for lunch today, and we're going to be meeting across the street here in room 109.
No, down in the basement. Down in the basement.
There's no food there. 609.
So we have to go downstairs?
You have to go across the street.
Oh, okay. If you say so.
So, colleagues, we're going to have to make a correction. Normally, we do hold the caucus downstairs in the basement, but we're not allowed to have food in their new facilities downstairs. So we're having to relocate that caucus meeting across the street.
So I stand corrected by my colleague. The Victims' Rights Caucus will be at noon across the street. There will be food. I guess the House has gotten all picky and uppity in there now that they've got new quarters down there. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Senator Martinez-Humana.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, those of you that are on the Local Government Committee, we are going to have the Joint Local Government Committee tomorrow upon adjournment, and please bring your Joint Budget Committee budget summaries with you, and we will meet in 271 tomorrow.
Senator Gardner.
Thank you. Members of the Committee on Legal Services, you know who you are. Members of the Committee on Legal Services who are not listening to me, like the chair of Committee on Legal Services. Note on your calendar that tomorrow morning we have a Committee on Legal Services meeting at 7:30. And because I picked up the calendar this morning and said, oh my goodness, almost forgot about that, I thought I would come and announce it. But it only works if people are paying attention.
Huh? Senator Aguilar.
Thank you, Mr. President. I asked to be excused tomorrow and Friday. I've spoken with a majority and minority leader.
Granted. Senator Neville.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, Legislative Audit will be having a full and lengthy meeting prior to our floor work here at 8:50 a.m. tomorrow. So not a real long meeting, but that is going to be in room 354.
Any other announcements? Senator Donovan, did you, physical therapist? All right, physical therapists are meeting yesterday.
Do you have another announcement? Oh, Senator.
Give the prayer. Oh. So everybody was well aware.
Except those of us that missed it.
But well, that's very telling.
I was just late.
Do you have another one?
But just because we'll do it again. How about that? Because let's give him a hand. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, just once again, let's welcome to our chambers the Honorable Representative Ken Summers. Assistant Majority Leader Scott.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that we adjourn the Senate until 9 a.m. February 1st.
The motion is for the Senate to adjourn until 9 a.m. February 1st. All those in favor say aye. All opposed, no. Ayes have it, and we will be adjourned.